Well, Tony Taylor, and you're part of Taylor Crafts Engraved.com, I guess, right?
Yeah, soon to be engraved
Soon to be what? Engraved what?
Engravedcuttingboards.com.
Caddy ports?
No, engraved cutting boards.
Oh, cutting boards. Oh, okay, right. It says Skype. We've been screwing around with Skype for a half hour before we got live here. so engraved cutting boards. Okay, so Taylor and Crafts, and that's you and your partner's last names together. It sounds like a craft business, but it's Belinda Craft.
Got really good that way for us.
Yeah. Well, how'd you get into this? I mean, what you make is custom design cutting boards. So, I mean, all this plastic crap I got in my kitchen to cut on, I could have a nice wooden cutting board with a big question mark on it or something, right?
Or your name or whatever you want.
Wow!
It's kind of a funny story. My business partner and I, we were on the 20th reunion committee for our high school, and it happened to be about the same time the housing downturn was happening. So I was working in the housing industry as a purchaser and estimator. She happened to know that our company was closing. Said she kind of had a little bit of a business she'd been playing around with, wanted to know if we'd be interested in going into business together.
Wow.
We did, and for the first year, we really kind of just tried to find something that would stick, just tried to kind of find our niche, as it were. As it so happened, she had a relative who had a wedding coming up. We had this laser engraver, and we said, well, what if we engraved a cutting board? And I believe our first one actually came from IKEA, believe it or not.
You mean the wood came from IKEA and then you just put something on it?
The first cutting board, I believe, came from IKEA, but then we kind of looked at it and said, hey, we're onto something here. This is beautiful, this is functional, this is personal.
Yeah.
So I started kind of using my old housing industry contacts to find a mill who'd be willing to supply us with the boards.
I see.
The rest, they say, is history.
So now, why did you have a laser cutter? I mean, this is like a 3D printer laser cutter kind of thing, or what?
It's a laser engraver.
Uh-huh.
We've actually gone from 1 to 6, but we did start out with 1. She actually originally tried sandblasting. She was very involved in wanting to create kind of loving memorials. She was looking at possibly doing like the stones engraved with the pet's names.
I see.
But sandblasting in Utah during winter is not.
So she had one of these around anyway when you guys got together?
She had the sandblasting equipment, and then as we were kind of talking about it, we've been talking about the laser engraver, and she decided to take out a second loan on her house. The laser engraver, just so we could do so much more things.
Yeah. So, I mean, how much is a laser engraver? I mean, like 10 grand or something for these things, or?
Generally, anywhere from 15 to 45, depending upon what.
Wow, no kidding. So, but you could probably, I guess, go and if you wanted to test an idea, you could probably borrow one or rent one or something like that, or not?
I believe there are places where you can hire out time on.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
very tight places.
Right. At a maker's workshop or something like that. They probably. So you got it by accident because of wedding, and now, man, I looked at your Etsy store and you got hundreds of items on there that people now buy.
We sell anywhere from 20 to 50 a day, depending.
Wow, no kidding. And so as you grew, you got hooked up with somebody who who makes wood for you, right? And you're in their space?
We started out in the back room of her house, and we were just ordering boards from this mill. As we started to grow, we kind of took over the whole first floor of her house. That wasn't going to work very long. So we moved into the mill where we were ordering boards from. Outgrew that within a year, ended up renting our own space, outgrew that one, then ended up into a much larger one now. We've been there for 2 years.
Wow. So it looks like you guys are making you're able to survive and make a living out of this thing.
That was actually originally our hope, is that we'd just be able to kind of like make a living for the two of us.
Right.
As we kind of went along, got busier and busier, we now have 6 employees.
Wow!
A lot of our own woodworking. We have a designer on staff. We have someone handling the shipping department.
Wonderful. So you're creating jobs in Utah. See, the government must love you.
We would hope so.
Yeah. Now, if they just quit collecting taxes, everything would be great, right?
Business owners.
Yeah. So you went from just trying to feed yourself, now you're feeding 6 other people with it. And actually, I guess you were both on payrolls before, and now you have your own business, right?
Yeah. We take care of ourselves and our employees, plus we now have, instead of just one wood supplier, we actually work with about 4 different ones. They've all expanded as well. So
wow.
We're responsible for those jobs.
Wow, that's amazing. So you're a multi whatever business already. Now, what do you think that you said she sort of was fooling around with the business idea. You didn't sound like you had a business before. This is your first business, huh?
This is my first business, and with a partnership, it's always kind of good because you come at things from 2 different angles.
Yeah.
Linda has a great creative mind. She comes up with a lot of good ideas, a lot of our new products, a lot of our new designs. I kind of have more of a functional background, so I have a lot of the operational know-how.
I see.
So there's kind of the division right there.
I see. So you're just the pretty face, and she's the brains behind the operation, huh?
Yeah.
well, as a first-time entrepreneur kind of thing, what surprised you about starting something like this?
I think there's always a lot of things that you don't consider as you're moving forward. We've been fortunate in that we've been able to kind of learn on the job, not just with the engraving, but in kind of becoming a business owner, how to work out our supply issues. You never really know what you don't know until you start.
Right.
I think the biggest thing for us, truthfully, was other than that initial loan, we've managed to grow without really taking.
I see. Oh, wonderful.
So Belinda's been very shrewd financially in how she's planned out things, and it's a joy to behold.
Wonderful. Well, that's it. So, in other words, there's, instead of knowing everything ahead of time, you just learn as you go, huh?
Exactly. I just dive in with both feet and kind of...
and you just hope you float.
The fact that so many businesses fail when they started out, and so we always try. I think for the first year, we were just trying to find a product, and then even as things started to take off, we didn't really pay ourselves. We just kept putting that money into the business. I was going to school at the time. Belinda had other things going on, so we didn't have to make it to where we were dependent on it. We were able to kind of just nurture it and make it grow.
Well, wonderful. Well, Tony, this is wonderful to talk to you, and you're an inspiration to everybody else who gets cut out of a job or hates their job or whatever. You can do something you don't have any idea how to do it, and just do it, right?
Exactly. I'd say just find something that you enjoy doing and run with it.
Yeah, you'll figure it out along the way. And to find you, it's taylorcraftsengraved.com or go to etsy.com and find all your products there, right?
Etsy is our current store. We do have a new website in the works we hope to have up soon. taylorcraftsengraved.com has a little bit of our stuff right now, but this new one should be online within the next 30 days.
Okay. So right now, in 30 days. So great. And that new website will be called what?
It will actually be engravedcuttingboards.com.
Engravedcuttingboards.com. And there you find Tony and Belinda, who gave up their old jobs because the jobs didn't want them, and now they have something better. Take care, Tony. Nice to talk to you. Good luck to you out there in the snow in Utah.
All right. Thank you very much.